Hey everybody, my name is Michael, and today we're discussing about our Volvo, and not just this, but people don't have any respect for your property. This, I have no idea what that is. As you see, part of it came off after many washes. That is still from the summertime. I don't want to scratch the paint. I know there's certainly going to be some damage, but that I'm not concerned about as much as that. Yes, you see that? Oh yeah. Look at that angle. So, from further away, yep, that starts from here. And notice, it's like someone dragged their key, because that by itself there, look at the wheel, that by itself, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm gonna assume that this is probably like 2-3 inches. That's closer to, it's basically an entire foot there. I don't know what happened there, but someone was dragging something. So basically a foot of damage there. That's not gonna be cheap. This side, for the most part, looks okay. This is a vehicle that's 13 months old. That was not there when we picked up the car. On this side, this is more what I'm talking about. Look at that. That is damaged. So when I open up the vehicle, you see that? It's indented. If you look from the side, it's a little tough to tell when it's not in the sunlight, but that is indented and looks like a door or something. See that? Looks exactly like someone just hit it with a door. No notes, nothing, no $50. That is $300, if not more, worth of damage. It's a $62,000 car, and you think they're gonna care whether it's a Rolls Royce, a Bugatti, a $10 million Ferrari collector's item? No, they don't care. Oh, that is awesome. Look at that. Oh, that is cool. Such an awesome angle for planes. Not only do I like cars, but I'm a huge aviation geek. So, this is not the only piece of damage. On this car, there's small little chips and stuff, not in the sunlight, you won't be able to tell right now, but those two are very annoying because I know for certain that looks like someone either was dragging something, and was completely clueless, or they knew exactly what they were doing. And that's just so ugly to look at, and yeah, or they keyed it. And the reason I'm upset is because on our Volkswagen, someone did a huge dent on the rear quarter panel, and only due to the summer heat did it pop out after some time. The problem is, even though it mainly popped out, you still had some scratches and the paint chipped and stuff, and then you had another scratch on another rear door, and then on the other side another scratch. It's like people just dents and little dings here. And then that wasn't our only vehicle, where neighbors or someone from the parking lot or whatnot. I hear the police sirens. I hear like pops in the back. Chicago, you never know. People just don't care about your property. We've had many clients at our dealership. We have a paint and interior protection, of course, but something that we give complimentary is 6 paintless dents and dings. Unfortunately, that's the part, paintless. We've had many customers who make good use of this because in the first 12 months of ownership, they have their stuff completely dented in. Now they're playing off to the side there. So, you think people care? No, they don't care. I try and park further away. It doesn't matter. I remember seeing a beautiful $400,000 Rolls Royce. And I respect cars. I love cars. Of course, that guy parked the furthest possible parking spot away from everybody else. He wanted peace. He wanted quiet. He'd prefer the long walk to the mall. I saw that car. Of course, I filmed it from a distance. I drove up near it. I didn't park super close to it. I admired it. I thought, that is such a cool looking beast. It looked gorgeous. 2 minutes later, while admiring it again from a distance, because this is certainly no ordinary event. I mean, it was glorious. A completely junked out car pulls up right next to it and parks right next to it. A bunch of teenagers are like going crazy, that's Rolls-Royce and whatnot. And they parked like right next to it. Even though they have, 50 parking spots, it's a Rolls-Royce. And the thing is, that car stands out. This car doesn't. But it doesn't matter what kind of car you have. It doesn't matter whether you have a $2,000 car. People won't respect that. People won't respect your $1 million car. People won't respect any type of vehicle you park next to it. Heck, if it's something that attracts more attention, there's a greater chance that people are going to touch it. Like at car shows, the do not touch cars, because, it's a vintage 70-year-old vehicle. Maybe there's only 300 of them in the world, and this vehicle can be potentially worth more than your house. People still touch it. People still don't care. And that is just the biggest sign of disrespect. Honestly, it's, as someone who loves cars, who admires cars, I have thousands and thousands of pictures and videos, and I've been to car meets, and I've obviously worked in the industry. I love cars. They're great. But I respect people's property, because you know what? They worked hard for that. And even if they haven't, even if they just got it as a gift or they're financing or whatever, who cares? It's not your stuff. Be careful. And if you make a mistake, if you make a dent, if you scratch somebody's car, leave a note. It's your consequence. Pay up, because someone else will be paying for that. And you know what? I don't know if I believe in karma or what, but that can happen to you. And I hope it does, honestly. You hope for the best, plan for the worst. And I don't mean bad for people, but if you keep doing this in life, I hope it happens to you and you learn your lesson, but you probably won't. So anyways, it's not for any of my viewers here. It certainly isn't. I love that car. I love a bunch of cars. But the Volkswagen, the Volvo, we had a previous Volvo, we had a previous Ford. Back in Poland, here's another example. I had an Opel Meriva. Someone damaged my my windshield wipers. They just ripped them off because they didn't like the way multiple people were parking, which was it was a legal spot, that we were residents of that building. It was first come, first served. And someone in the wintertime just broke off a bunch of people's windshield wipers. You know what? Screw you. There was another guy who kicked in on my old Ford Mondeo. He kicked in a panel right next to me because he was angry at me. He kicked in my car, and I couldn't afford to repair it. And later it rusted in the wintertime. So you know what? Thank you to that guy. I hope he never has a car, because I've seen too many bad incidents where people just do not care. And if this video comes off very angry, well, it's because I am. Because, you want something. I know it's not going to be in perfect condition. I understand there will be scratches. I understand there's going to be curb rash. But, especially like that front part, it looks like someone just keyed that car. And I've seen many, many keyed cars at the dealership. And it's just people who are fighting over parking spots, or who are, if I've seen very nice cars, Mercedes, Porsches, I've seen them scratched up. Maybe someone was jealous. Obviously, they're not going to be jealous over a Volvo. It's not something that stands out, but it just hurts me because, I get emotional to cars, and it's like I feel their pain. It sucks when you do it, but it sucks even worse when you just wake up and it's a surprise. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too worked up over this, but it's just every single month I see a small another thing, and then you have to paint over it, and come on. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And I can't wait for the day I'm able to just park at a nice garage, have my own place, and at stores, whenever I go out in public, I'm going to park it far, far, far away if I had a nice car. That's the problem. Like, if I ever do have a really, really nice car, like my dream car, a Porsche 911 or, Lamborghini or something like that, it's going to get scratched up. And that's fine. I understand. Yeah, road damage. I'm not one of those, ooh, it has to be perfect. I get it. I just don't like when someone does potentially something on purpose, or they're completely oblivious and they're opening a door super wide. And I've seen that happen. Or people back up into your car and nobody cares. A lot of planes flying. Where is it? Why can't we see it? There we are. Woohoo! Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Two S90s right next to each other, looking sharp.